I am sitting in the exact same spot I sat almost 7 years ago, wondering if I made the worst mistake of my life, wondering if I am in the right profession, wondering what the hell I'm doing, and wondering if it is all worth it. Today's video is going to be about the things I kind of wish I knew before I became a sheep farmer, and maybe the things that I've learned since then. So when I am asked, what are the things I wish I knew before I started sheep farming, I'm pretty passionate about that because I think the list is endless, because there's things every single day that I find out or learn that I wish I knew before I started sheep farming. It might be a blessing I didn't know. Challenges are good, but they can be discouraging, so it's how we react to it. The health of my flock has been the one thing I wish, if I could do it all over again, I wish I committed to starting the flock slower and starting the flock with very healthy sheep. The health of my sheep, I bought my flock from a sheep buyer. I have nothing personal against my sheep buyer because they're friends of the family. I wanted what I wanted. I wasn't patient enough to seek out people that could help me. I didn't even know who to reach out to find those people, right? And I think that's a big part of our industry. We don't know who to talk to. I could have saved myself a lot of heartache, a lot of discouragement, and a lot of health issues. And you know, once that stuff's in your barn, you've got it. At the end of the day, the health problems will haunt you because every time you bring in new stock, I brought in those steel ewes in 2015. And the problem was the first year they were fine, but the second year they picked up all the bugs when I started mixing the groups in with my original flock. Then they started picking up these bugs. So, you know, you have one good year and then the next year you seem to regenerate the problems you've had of the past. I do a lot of vaccinations now. So I vaccinate for chlamydia and then just the typical Tasvax vaccinations, but I am going to start also vaccinating for CL. So one thing I'm really glad that I did was I started to grow my own ewe lambs. Here's a group of 70 ewe lambs. That has been a game changer in my barn with health, keeping the bugs kind of in-house. With the help of my vet, we have a program on how to grow them nutrition-wise. They get vaccinated with a chlamydia vaccine. Another vaccine that I think I'm going to move towards is the caseus vaccine. Right now I use a Tasvax for my clostridial issues, but I think I'm going to switch and use the Glanvac, which does caseus as well. So as you can see, lambing has started. I'm about a week in, and this is a good day to film this part of this video, what I wish people told me as regards to the lambing portion, because when I watched videos, read about it, you read about farms that everything goes right. It tells you what to expect, like when everything is perfect, but no one really talks about it. Is very stressful. For me, it's very stressful. It is constantly the thing I look forward to the most until about the third or fourth day in, and then I'm like, how am I still this terrible at lambing? So I kind of wish before I started sheep farming, I knew a little more about the lambing process. You know, what to expect when a ewe is delivering, how long you should wait before you want to interfere, what does a ewe look like when they're going to start lambing, how many millions of positions are possible for multiples to be in inside their mum, or even singles. It can be sideways, backwards, head first, feet first, back feet first, 1 foot of one lamb, 1 foot of another lamb, ahead of another lamb. Like, I've had pretzels. If it's your first time lambing and you feel like you just don't know what the hell is going on, I've been there. I'm there now. I was in tears like 4 hours ago because I had crappy, stupid things that happen. And it's always when you just turn your back, or you have to go do a chore, or you have to do something, or you're trying to keep a lamb alive, you turn around, another lamb dies. Lambs look really easy and sheep look really easy. They aren't. I think not enough of us talk about it. And that's why I'm doing this vlog. Someone said they actually thought I looked calm during lambing. I'm not calm, but I'm getting better as every year goes by. I don't have the elephant on my chest feeling like I'm always 5 minutes too late for stuff. So that's kind of gone. I'm kind of calm in the fact that I'm comfortable with my system and my setup. If you have a system figured out, whether it be handling system, lambing system, feeding system, breeding system, logistics, record-keeping system, all those things make such a huge difference. Take little pieces of what you find other people do that you know would match what you would like to do. That would be my suggestion. There's popcorn. Popcorn's due any day. Hi, popcorn. Moving ewes after they've given birth, they usually don't follow. As they lamb, they get more knowledgeable, easier to handle. They get used to me. They know I'm not taking their babies away. But that is one thing I did not know. The last few years I was in chickens, so they actually act a lot more like chickens. Whatever you do, you have to treat a pen or a group of ewes as a group or as a flock, hence a flock of sheep. They don't like being centered out. And no one told me that getting into this. I figured they'd be like cattle and you just put a halter on them and you walk them. I did that once. I learned from an early start that they move better as a group, or they move by following their lambs if you're lucky. Now I'm gonna check her for milk because that's the other thing I didn't know. I think I did know, and I think someone told me, what is it, dip, strip, and I don't know what the third one is, but obviously I don't pay attention. First few lambings, I didn't strip the ewes' teats to make sure there was milk. And I lost a lot of lambs and I had no idea why I lost them. And they starved out. Mom didn't have milk. Did I mention I was a dairy farmer? The one thing I wish I listened or resonated a little bit more is the value of colostrum. Colostrum, colostrum, colostrum. So these guys were born this afternoon. There's 3, so I would have to bottle feed them anyway to make sure they had enough colostrum. But when I stripped the mom, she was very low on milk supply. I'm supplementing them anyway because I know I have to put them on the feeder, or at least probably 1, maybe 2 of them. I think getting into this, one of the biggest things I researched was breeds. Not being in the sheep industry at all, I didn't know what breeds were out there, you know, and I think through everything it was trial and error. Talking to producers, everybody loves their breed. Meeting sheep breeders, you guys are passionate about your breeds. And as you can tell, I don't care. I like sheep that will produce lambs. I'm getting better at seeing the benefit of breeding for different traits, breeding for meat, breeding for mothering characteristics, all that stuff. So I'm understanding the value of it now, but me first getting into it, I just wanted, tell me what animal would match my management. And no one can do that. That had to be up to me. And it has been just through trial and error, tears and sweat. feed and nutrition, you can control a lot of health issues, a lot of lambing issues, a lot of breeding issues, all your issues. You can do a lot with good nutrition, and the good thing is I'm married to a grain farmer who takes a lot of pride in growing really, really good quality feed. I work with Jamie, who is an integral part of my team and my decision making. He's my feed guy, and we develop rations with his feed company. He's a nutritionist. I get so many questions all the time on what they should feed, and I can't answer that because I don't know what your feed is testing. I don't know what your animals weigh. I don't know the breed, and it's just so many variables to figure out that magic formula, and that is really a team effort, and it's me, my vet, and my feed guy. So nutrition is so huge, and I didn't know that going into this. I always had a very high respect for nutrition, but it's so overwhelming getting into the sheep. That's almost the lot. You just want to get them fed, and you're not really thinking about what you're feeding them and how much you're feeding them. So that's one of the biggest things I've learned, and I would tell anyone getting into sheep farming, get a good feed company, get a good vet. I really just wanted to put this out there because I'm discouraged right now. Today's a terrible day. I've been in tears, and I wanted to just reach out to you guys that are lambing right now. There's a ton of us in Ontario lambing. The temperatures are terrible. We're just doing our best to keep the ewes comfortable and the lambs alive. This is a video that's requested so much. If I was just starting a sheep farm, what are the things I wish I knew? I hope it helps. Happy lambing, everyone.